Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Noble and welcome to the channel, and I am very excited to share with you the first of many of this long interview I did with one of my favorite creators in the SWTOR space right now, Ivano1337. We talk about all things PvP and SWTOR, but we are mostly in the PvP space, so that's the majority of what we're talking about today, and we have a lot of good topics to cover. So if you like this stuff, subscribe. Go subscribe to Ivano if you haven't already. Again, this is the first of many parts, so enjoy. Broadsword, gonna spam you with this video when I upload it. No, but kind of jumping topics here to newer players. Okay, you put out a video, and I've got one coming out later here myself, of should you PvP in Star Wars, or that might have been 2 years ago, not 2 years ago, but it was a bit ago. And one thing that I saw in your comment section, and I see this in my recent comments, was addressing the whole Premade issue. Personally, I haven't experienced it that much over here. I think one in every 10 or 15 games am I coming across a Premade that is just rolling me and just respawning me over and over and over again. But from what the comments say, it seems like it's happening a lot more for people, and I'm of the opinion that, I mean, obviously if you're getting stomped by an 8 stack in Novair Coast, that is absolutely annoying and not fun. But I think for the majority of Premades out there, it's mostly like between 2 and 4 people. Like there aren't guilds out there getting 8-man ops groups together to roll regular lobbies. So for the newer player that is, you know, looking up PvP in Star Wars and is coming across videos and looking at the comment section, and people are kind of freaking them out because of the whole Premade situation, what do you think? What would you tell them? Because I know what I would say, but I'd like to hear from you on how you kind of navigate that. And I know you play with a group, but I'm sure you play solo as well. So any experience or takeaways from that would be valuable, I think.
Sure. I mean, I guess it is an issue, but also people are exaggerating a little bit at the same time, right? I guess the first thing is that when people put, negative comments on YouTube, let's say that's usually the bottom 2% of the distribution in the IQ curve, or it's someone that, just maybe is having a bad day, or, just got out of that match where they got steamrolled by an 8-man Premade in Novair Coast. And then they want to complain about Premates because they had a bad experience, right? And that's fair. I get that. But at the same time, I mean, I've played this game solo, many times, and even recently I said, of course I would like to play with my friends, so we will usually queue up as whatever 2, 3, 4. But if you're a solo player, you can definitely win against most of the Premade teams. And in addition, I think I would say if you go up against a Premade, it's quite likely that you also have a Premade on your team if you're solo. So you have to think about that. And I know that's the case because, like I said, I play probably 80 to 90% of my matches as a Premade. And if there's another Premade in the queue, you can bet that we will go up against them. So we will play against the same 2, 3, maybe 4 Premades on the server pretty much the whole evening, and that's how you know that the matchmaking, even though it might not be perfect, at least it puts the Premates against another Premade.
Yeah.
But, and this is now why I think there's still an issue, the whole system doesn't work as well if you have like larger Premates, right? So let's say you have 6 people queuing up on one side and you're the unlucky solo player that goes up against them. But actually you're not solo, right? You have 7 teammates, and maybe on your side there is a 2 or 3-man Premade, right? Now in that situation, you would say obviously the team with the 6-man Premade has a big advantage, right? So in an ideal world, I guess the game would balance based on some kind of internal rating system or like some kind of hidden elo system, and the team with a smaller teammate gets some better solo players, for example, right? And I'm not sure that's really happening. I'm not sure that's actually possible at the moment, because I'm not really sure what they're basing their. I think they have said that there is some kind of hidden matchmaking system even for normal games, for the regular Warzones, right? But they have never commented on how it works. So I guess we can only assume it works based on your win rate, maybe, or how many games you have won. Maybe on your performance stats, so how much damage you do, I'm not sure. Maybe on the medals, who knows? Maybe it's a mix of multiple factors, right? But they have said that they try to balance the matches, and they do in some ways, right? So if we are on a pre-made, there will be a pre-made on the other team, at least if there's one in queue, right? Otherwise you wait for a long time, and then maybe you go up against some solos, and it's really not a fun game, and you just go quickly to the next one, basically.
Yeah.
But there is some kind of matchmaking. So if you're a solo player, even if you don't know it, because maybe not in the same guild, it's very likely that there will also be a pre-med on your team, right? So, and at least I guess they have balanced the support roles, so you will never have more than 2 heals and 2 tanks on one team. And if your team has one, the other team will likely, let's say, have at least a similar amount, or at least the game will try to balance it like that. And I think the issue is that, as we said in the beginning, the skill gap is quite large, which, if you're a new player, probably you're on the lower side of the skill distribution, let's say. And it's definitely an issue when you have, let's say a 6-man pre-made of former ranked players that now don't have ranked arenas to queue for anymore. And now they go into Rex and steamroll a bunch of guys that just want to farm their cosmetic gear from the seasons, right? That's not very balanced. And so I think it was kind of a double whammy, right? Removing ranked and at the same time allowing like 8-man pre-mates to queue for Rex. Not really sure what they were thinking with that one. Maybe they were thinking that, I don't know, it would drive people to form PvP guilds again so they can queue with an 8-man group. But for sure it made things worse, because I think, a lot of players, they just want to casually play the game and they want to just queue. They don't want to be in a PvP guild or super try hard, and that's fine as well. But the main issue is that, I guess not even the skill gap is the main issue. It would be fine if there would be enough players that you could match them, based on whatever hidden rating is in place for Warzones. You could match them against other beginners, right? That would be fine in that case, because, at the end of the day, what everyone wants, at least most normal people that I know, there are some exceptions, but most normal people, they want to have a competitive match where they can make a difference, right?
Yeah.
And the best matches are the ones that are close and that you win, but you actually have to try hard, and feel like that, how you play makes a difference. Maybe, you get that last second cap, or you get the kill in the arena with like 10% HP or something, right? And those are the most fun games if it's close. It's no fun to queue up as 8 people and farm, club seals in regular Warzones that have just started playing the game. That's maybe fun for some people. Maybe it's fun for like one game. But, after a certain time, it's not that fun. So look, it's a combination, I think, of not enough players playing the game and 8-man pre-mates being really stupid. And I guess the matchmaking system would need some improvements to make it more balanced.
Okay, no, I think that's fair. But I would never, if someone was like, I want a PvP, but I'm like scared of the pre-mades, which I get, or I've gotten comments, I think one of my recent 2 videos, and like my response to them was like, just queue anyway. Like, and that's just because like you can't. You're gonna run into pre-mades in almost any game that has a PvP mode. And like you said, generally speaking, you probably can beat those pre-mades, and if you're getting stacked against one, it probably is because you have someone, or there's a pre-made on your team as well. It might not be an 8-man, but it might be 2, it might be 3. So that in that sense, the matchmaking system is trying to work as intended. It's just, as you said, not enough people playing in those pre-mades to really make that a viable option. But if any of you are listening out there or watching and you're still on the fence, honestly, I would just say queue, because most of the solo games that I get over on Starforge, you know, I've gotten good games as a solo, and it's been really fun and enjoyable. I've been steamrolled. I've done the steam rolling. It really is a mixed bag, especially in the 8s. I haven't done that many arenas myself since really coming back in the last couple months, but that'll change here coming soon. But I really think that it forces you to kind of not get good quicker, but it just kind of throws you into the deep end, and it shows you what you really can go up against at any given point. And I honestly don't mind that. I think if you're always trying to run away from premades, then I mean, good luck. It's kind of impossible to do, but it also is pretty rewarding though. Like, say you are in a solo game and you know there are 4 guildies or 4 people in the same guild on the opposite team, and they lose the match because of what you're doing to contribute. Maybe you're stealthing a node on Novair Coast, or you slept someone at the door in Voidstar and get the bomb on the door, something like that. Like, those are really cool moments, and those are fun moments, even though you're going up against sometimes disadvantaged positions. So
sure. Yeah. Also, don't be scared of queuing because of running into premates. I mean, there's really, let's not forget, it's a video game. No one's gonna jump from behind your PC and slap you in the face if you die one too many times, right?
Exactly.
Although sometimes I would like that option with the teammates that I have.
Absolutely.
But that's not happening, right? So the worst thing that can happen is, you have a bad game, you die a couple of times, and then that's it. You go to the next games. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
You can always learn something, right?
Absolutely.
And by the way, I have those games too. I mean, that happens all the time, that we queue as a 4-man premade, and, we have 4 teammates that are maybe, let's say, are still farming their gear, for example, right? And, then we're going to get steamrolled. And particularly, I'm not sure if you have experienced that, but if you, regularly upload videos to YouTube, or you're a streamer, you're gonna get some special attention in some of the matches, and Absolutely. Then sometimes you die 10 times or more, and it's fine as well. I mean, nothing bad is gonna happen, so might as well queue up. What's the big deal?